Hi guys, Jay Smith here, welcome to the AskGolfNut channel and welcome to Titleist vs Titleist, T350 versus, well, T350, old v new. If you are a 2023 user or if you're thinking about buying some new irons and thinking about should I buy the old ones or the new ones, which one works better? So we're going to be looking at these at looks, feel, performance and forgiveness. The looks and feel side of things, remember, is very subjective. It is my opinion, what I think. It's got nothing to do with how good the golf clubs are when it comes to its performance and forgiveness though. That is objective data, that is objective metrics that we have measured to find out how these two golf clubs work. Let's just do looks first. There are some very slight differences between the two. They are still the same size within reason. They have still got decent sized top lines, they've still got decent sized soles, and we still have decent sized blade lengths with a fair amount of offset. There's not real much difference between these two when it comes to the looks front. There are slight aesthetics, but that really is about it. When it comes to its feel, very much so to the T250 and the T200, these are loud. The difference is these are effectively game improvement irons. I know Titleist don't really want to be seeing these as game improvement irons, but they are. They are big, they are bold, they are brash, they are confidence inspiring down by the golf ball. Every single thing on these say basically these are easy to hit. And so when it comes to the T350 size being, for my head at least, game improvement irons, I'm not expecting these to feel nice. What I mean by nice is different to different people. And so out the two, they're no different, looks real no different. You measure them and you rate them how you want. Let's go by performance and forgiveness. We'll do the forgiveness first, and we'll look at the performance in a second. If you haven't seen these, we'll get up on the screen. If you can get all of these on the screen at the same time, that will be fun, but we'll see if we can do it. It could be a great way to compare both of these two. You can see we've got the 2023 version on the left-hand side against the 2025 version on the right. These are the heat maps. This is effectively a measure of how much ball speed you get dropped off when you don't hit the middle, and so effectively we want a bigger green blob as we can. And you can see the differences between the two. Now the T350, the 2023 model, was a good golf club. It was just an all-round decent iron. And with the T350 of the 2025, they've just done what they done with the old one, just made it slightly better in every way. So if you look at how big the green blob is, you can see that the green blob on the toe is just fractionally further out, and we are talking about, we're going all the way to plus 22 on the toe side, and no different on the heel side. It is slightly more forgiving off the heel as well. Now bear in mind though, as you can see on the overlay down the bottom, if you are going to go too far heely, then you do have that red band, that vertical strip, which effectively means if you're going to hit sort of 22 or so millimeters from the middle on the heel, you will be interacting with the hosel. Now remember, these golf clubs are bigger than the T100s, however it has far more offset. And when you're talking about a game improvement iron with that amount of offset, the amount of offset offsets the distance, the difference between how big the blade lengths are. So you can actually hit the hosel easier on a game improvement iron because of the offset than you can, say, on a T100. Let's have a look at the performance side of things. We'll reference the forgiveness as well. All the information that you've just seen there when it comes to heat maps, the radar chart which is on the screen now, and also the self-fit tool. We'll be looking at the 70, 80 and 90 mile an hour swing speeds in a sec and how they work, is all available on my website www.askgolfnut.com, where we have about 100 or so irons now on the iron database currently to date, and obviously that will grow with every single release. And again, when it comes to the website members, they can compare all of those 100 against each other when we're looking at buying decisions and making sure they make the right choice. But you can see on there, that's the measure of the toe, heel, low and forgiveness overall. That is the forgiveness that you saw from the heat maps, and then we'll go into the flight metrics in a second. But you can see you've got the Titleist 350, the 2023 model, in red and the 2025 in cyan. And you can see from what we've just been looking at on the heat maps, it's a slightly better of every area. So it outdoes the old on toe slightly. The blue is slightly better than the red. The blue is again slightly better than the red on the heel, and the blue is very slightly ahead of the red when it comes to low. So on average, the 2025 version of the T350 is better than that of the old 2023. You can see it's a marginal improvement in every area, especially low, very marginal, but the toe and the heel as well, it just makes it a slightly more consistent iron. When it comes to the face speed, face spin rate and launch factor, this part of the side of the spider graph radar chart, is loft for loft adjusted, and this is the flight metrics side of things. Different golfers will want different things, so it's not like the first part of the radar chart where we're saying it's better off of toe, it's better off of heel, because again, when you're looking at forgiveness, best is more consistent. This side of things is very much so golfer specific. Some golfers with a very slow swing speed, 70 miles an hour or under, will want as fast a face speed as they can possibly get. When it comes to launch factor, they're going to want the golf ball to launch as high as they possibly can do, because that slow swing speed, you need to optimize ball dynamics to try and get as much distance as possible. When you're talking about a very high swing speed player, 85, 90, 95 mile an hour swing speed with their 7-iron, you haven't got to worry about how fast the face is or anything else like that, because they produce speed from their swing alone, and so they don't need any help from the iron. No different to launch factor. They may not need a golf club to launch to the moon when you're swinging at 95 miles an hour with a 7-iron, because that literally will go to the moon. It might hit escape velocity if you have those two. So different golfers will want different things. So face speed, loft for loft adjusted, and again, you haven't got to worry about loft for loft adjust when these basically are the same loft anyway, but you can see face speed out of the middle, they are basically identical, no difference whatsoever between the two. However, this is where it changes. If you look at the face spin rate, the new one spins quite a bit less than that of the old. Again, that's not either good or bad. Different golfers will want different things. And launch factor, the new golf club, the T350 2025, launches slightly better than that of the old. Again, not good, not better. It's just different golfers will want different things. Let's go to this self-fit tool where we can check the 70, 80 and 90 miles an hour information. And remember, these are middle strikes. We've got the 70 mile an hour information on the screen. You can see up there also we've got the angle attack set at -2 and the shaft lean also at -2. We all keep -2 for every single review for continuity purposes. When it comes to angle attack, that's how much you come down into the golf ball. Some golfers hit down more than others. Some golfers actually hit up, and of course you can change the slider to suit what your swing is like. No different to shaft lean or de-loft. How much do you de-loft? How much do you shaft lean into the golf ball, into impact? Some golfers actually add loft through impact. Of course, we have the slider, and so you can change it. That will change all the flights, that will change all of the numbers for all of the irons, so you can make a best, as hopefully as best decision as possible, understanding the gap between different golf clubs, understanding the effective flight differences between golf clubs, so you can make sure you go and test the right ones. But you can see we've got the T350, the 2023 in blue, and we've got the T350 2025 in yellow. We've got the 7-iron selected there, and we've got the max carry at 131 to 132. 1 yard. So the new one is 1 yard better. That's it. You're looking at 131 to 125, so you've got 6 yards difference between its max carry and its average carry. Average carry is when you don't hit the middle, you have a nominal miss around the face, about ½ inch or so. How much distance gets dropped off when you have that nominal miss? So you've got the 6 yards from the 2023 model, and you've got 5 yards difference between that and the T350 2025. 132 to 127, so you've got 1 yard more and 1 yard better when it comes to its average carry. It's more consistent off more parts of the face, so it is closer to target when you miss-hit it, and it is also further as well. So peak height's 22 to 23, it goes up a yard higher, 42.3 to 42.4, so effectively it is free distance, all of that 1 yard, and the 2 yards that you'll gain when it comes to its forgiveness as well. So is it an upgrade when it comes to 70 miles an hour? Yes. Is it a good enough upgrade to justify a lot of money buying new ones? I would say tangibly no, but different people want different things, and some people just want something shiny. So there you go. 80 miles an hour, let's go to 80 miles an hour. We've got max carry 153 to 155 of the old v new. So the new one is now 2 yards longer than the old. We're looking at 153, 148, 5 yards, 153, 155 yards. So within reason, within rounding at least. Very, very similar. 29 yards in the air, 30 yards in the air. Again, the brand new one just fractionally goes up higher than the old, and 46.9, 46.9. Yep, no difference there really. We are looking at basically the justification is 2 yards. That's it, 2. 90 miles an hour, the full on 90. If there's going to be a difference, there's going to be a difference at 90 miles an hour. So 7-iron selected 172 is carry for the old one to 174, 2 yards. We're gaining 2 yards on the new one now. 172 to 166 of the old is a 6-yard difference between a nominal miss and the max carry. 174 to 169 is with a 5-yard miss. We are talking very small. It's not like the T200 against the T250. The T200 against T250, there is a massive difference, a colossal difference between those two irons. The T350 was already a decent iron anyway. It done everything pretty okay. There's only a certain amount of stuff that Titleist can really do. 38 yards in the air, 39 yards in the air, 1 yard again increase to the T350, and both basically identical descent angles. But at this kind of speed anyway, guys, you haven't got to worry about descent angles because you gain functionality of flight from a 90 miles an hour swing speed. We are talking very much so more down into the 70s and 80s, and at what point you should stop your irons and go into hybrids and stuff. That's the great thing with the self-fit tool. It gives you the gap ins, it gives you the descent angles for your delivery that you can set there, and you can understand then before you go into your custom fits what kind of golf clubs that you really want to test because of how forgiving one golf club is compared to another for where you normally hit it. And with the self-fit tool, you'll understand what golf clubs you need to stop. Commonly when you go into a custom fit, you'll get basically sold as many golf clubs as they can sell you, whether it be 3 to pitching wedge, 4 to pitching wedge, it doesn't matter. The great thing with that self-fit tool is you can see the descent angles, you can see for your delivery at what point those golf clubs are not functional for you, and so you can make sure that you don't waste a lot of money because these golf clubs are expensive. It doesn't take long if you buy 1 or 2 clubs more than you should do, when you should actually go into a hybrid or a high lofted fairway at one point for functionality purposes. It doesn't take long to waste money. So to conclude on the T350 versus the T350 old v new, looks, feel, performance and forgiveness. Looks first. There's such a small aesthetic differences between the two. There is not major differences. There's not huge top lines, sole thicknesses, blade lengths, or anything else like that differences within reason. They are both exactly the same. You choose the winner out of that. When it comes to feel, when you strike these are loud golf clubs. These are game improvement hollow bodied irons. Effectively, they are designed to sound strong and powerful, and they do sound strong and powerful, so that's up to you which one wins, but effectively they sound the same. Anyway, performance and forgiveness. I'm going to kind of wrap it up into one thing when it comes to performance and forgiveness that you saw from no different to the heat maps and also the radar chart and the self-fit tool at 3 different swing speeds. The T350 was already a really good iron. It was a really good all-round iron. It wasn't specifically good in a certain area. It wasn't specifically poor in a certain area. It just did every single thing really quite well. And the T350, the new one, just does the old one just a little bit better. That's it. It's a really, I don't see how Titleist can really do much more because of the T350 was so good. Titleist have just nudged it further on. I don't think that Titleist are going to be believing that people that have got the T350 of the 2023 model are going to be dumping their golf clubs anytime soon to race out and go buy these brand new ones. I don't think even they think that. I think more so what Titleist are thinking, that people are coming from a couple of iterations further back, a couple of models even further back than that. They're going to be moving then into the brand new one. Of course, you cannot get the old T350s now custom fit. You do get some ones on eBay, etc., but they have got what they have got, and if that suits you, that's great, but commonly not. Where the brand new T350, the 2025 model, is fully custom fittable, and custom fitting is so important for a lot of golfers to make sure they get right, because it can make the difference between getting fit correctly and something work amazingly well to getting fit incorrectly or not even get fitted at all, and you just get what you get, and the specifications and everything working against what you would need, and the difference between the performance is massive. You put it on the head, it's got nothing to do with head whatsoever. It's got absolutely everything to do with the specifications and the custom fitting equipment that you had. So it's important to get a custom fit. So within reason, Titleist, yeah, you've done a very good job at making the very good already T350 2023 into a slightly better version of itself than it was already. Hope you liked the video. If you did, go and give it a big old thumbs up, hit that like button. YouTube likes it, so do I. Down there is a subscribe button. It's free. It is brilliant for the channel if you could subscribe, so thank you. Next that one is a bell icon. That's a notification bell. If you click that one, that'll let you know next time I upload another video. Hope you're well. We'll see you again soon.